Máximo.
So I already have my eyebrows done because for time purposes, first things first, prep your face. This is so important. I think everybody wonders why their foundation doesn't last long, and I really think it's how you prep your face. I washed my face before, and then I used the CeraVe moisturizing cream, and then I also like the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion, but I use the Smashbox Primer Photo Finish, so I'm just gonna put some on. People wonder why their makeup doesn't last, and or why it doesn't look like how mine looks, because they'll be like, oh, I tried that foundation, it didn't work for me. It's how you prep your face. People used to come in Ulta when I worked there, and they were like, oh, I just don't like this application, my skin just looks patchy. I was like, well, what moisturizer do you use? Oh, I don't use a moisturizer. What primer do you use? Oh, I don't like putting chemicals on my face, so I don't use the primer. Before you asked, yes, she was. So you have to prep your face. I put a little on my neck because we have to put that on there later. My foundation is probably a few shades darker than me, or just a shade darker than me. And I haven't got a new one yet because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tan or not, being in quarantine. And it's still pretty full, so I wanna use all of it before I get it. All right, so the foundation I use that is my holy grail is Bare Minerals Bare Pro. It is comparable to Rihanna's Fenty Pro Filter. So they're about the same price. I think Fenty just has a better color range, but I have not tried it yet because I just haven't gone to Sephora. So I'm using my shade in Silk. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this. I'm using it in Silk. And this is how I apply my foundation. My skin type is honestly normal. It used to be oily, but I used this when my skin was dry too, so it works really well for dry skin as well. But I'm pretty sure it'll work fine on oily skin. I apply it with my finger. And I think that's how you get really good coverage, is if you just put it straight on. I don't like building it. I do my first layer and all of it on. So if this looks intense, it's gonna look better later. I promise. I'm just gonna layer it on. I usually do just one round. So like all the foundation I'm gonna wear, like if you usually do 4 pumps, and you do 2 first and then you do 2 after, I put all 4 pumps on my face. And I noticed that when I apply it with my finger, you know, you're putting all the product on your face. And that's how you get that full coverage. I'm not scared with it. And sometimes I even add a little bit more, but I used about 4 pumps. I am a full coverage girl. I don't like natural coverage. I'm gonna do it all. So, sorry, I'm trying to look in the mirror while I'm doing this and still show y'all. Now we blend. And with this foundation, I only use a beauty blender. I think that when you use a brush with it, I think it looks streaky in my opinion. I always use beauty blenders, but I'm using the Morphe dupe one because nobody has money to drop 20 bucks every time they need a new sponge. So just blend. Maybe this shade is lighter than what I thought. Not darker, because look at my forehead. Y'all don't judge. Please don't judge. I make it work, honestly. I'll make it work. Maybe I got a tan without knowing. After you blended that out, I go ahead and conceal, and I use Tarte's Shape Tape. Did I put that the Tarte's Shape Tape? I use that to conceal. It's my go-to, best concealer ever. And you're gonna see how much I put on. It's gonna look a little scary because a lot of people, this is heavy duty. People are like, damn, you put on too much. But when I blend it out, it looks flawless. Do you want flawless coverage? I'm not shy with it. I'm sorry. And the color I use is light neutral. If you want, you can use a different beauty blender to blend it out, but I just use the other side of my sponge because I don't have time. All right, after it's all blended, I don't put any more liquid on my face, so this is when the powder comes in. I think how much powder I use is why my makeup looks so seamless and why it lasts all day. I've worn my makeup for over 12 hours before and people still say it looks good. I've slept in it and people still say it looks good. I know I shouldn't have, but a night out, you're tired, and people tell me that it still looks good. So since I want my concealer to still be light, that's why I put it on in the first place, I bake, and I bake twice. So I'm lightly baking right now, and I use the Ben Nye Banana powder. I noticed that a lot of my friends with lighter complexions, they say that they don't like the banana color because it makes them look too yellow. So I would get their translucent one if you wanted to bake, but I think the banana powder looks really good on Asian complexions. So I just take that. Of course, I use my same sponge, all-purpose sponge, just lightly bake.
Ryan Little.
I'm gonna look crazy for a minute, but trust the process. So, and then I'm gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in medium buff, and it comes with a little sponge pressed powder thing inside, and I use it, and then I put it everywhere else. I put this pressed powder everywhere else. I didn't put my baking powder. And this also provides coverage if you have a lot of acne. I used to do this. I did this when I had cystic acne and it covered it up like a charm. So I used to put it on my cheeks heavily because I think I still have scars there, so it just covers it up, fills in the little gaps. Bring it down to the neck. It's the right color. And then I let it sit for like 2 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes, and I usually take just a brush. This is so old. I think this was e.l.f. And I just take something to sweep off that baking powder we put on earlier. I just sweep it off. I don't rub it anywhere else besides where I had it. And then I go in with my big powder brush from Real Techniques. It's 201. And then this is when I just take everything else, press, and fluff. Now I'm going to use my contour, my powder contour. I've been using Lorac Pro, this little contour kit, for the longest. If y'all have good contour powder recommendations, let me know. I'm all for it because I hate dropping, what is this, 40, 50 bucks every time I need my contouring. You can see I already hit pan. I use the medium contour and then the deep if I want to really get my cheeks to look. So I get my IT brushes, and this one's the Soft Focus Sculpting 315 brush because it's angled. That's exactly what I want. Some people don't use an angled one for contour, but I need it. So I'll get that medium contour color. And I still suck in, I still have a hard time finding it, so. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of the deep color and just put it right in the focus area, right here. I'll do it to the other side and then I'm gonna blend it out. And I think this part is where I take the longest because I think blending your contour should take some time. At least with me, I'm not fast with it. I definitely take my time. And it shows.
Ryan Little.
And then if I want to look extra skinny, I'll take the medium contour and I'll do my neckline. But I noticed when I do this, one time I didn't bring it all the way down and my sister could totally tell where my contour was. So always bring it down. If you don't tell your friend that her contour is clearly showing, you're a fake friend. after I'm done with that, I do my blush, and I use the L'Oreal True Match blush. It's getting warmer. Every time it gets to spring and summer, I like to switch back to an orange type of blush color. So this one is in Sweet Ginger. And I use this old e.l.f. brush I have because it's really kind of rough, so it blends my blush really well, if that makes sense. And my friend Jeff, who works at Ulta, told me that if you want a better blend, it needs to be a little rougher, especially with your like eyeshadow brushes. And that is a little tip there. And before, people used to like not want to do blush, or like didn't want to overdo it, or didn't want to put too much on. I go ham with it, and now it's a trend. People are putting it on their noses too. It's a cute look. I'm here for it. I couldn't put it on the apples of my cheeks, I guess. And I always go back with my contour brush, and I'll just make sure it like blends seamlessly together. I never skip doing this. I just feel like better safe than sorry. You don't want to see a missing chunk and it doesn't look seamless. So all right, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then show y'all the finished look. All right, so I just put on my lashes and my eyeliner and my lipstick. I'm gonna go over highlight with y'all really quick. Then I just remembered I didn't bake the second time. So before I put on the blush, I was gonna bake one more time with the same Ben Nye and then wait 2 minutes and then dust it off. And the Virgo in me, the perfectionist in me, does not even want to post this anymore because I forgot that one step, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big step. Clearly my makeup still looks really good, but now that y'all know that, bake a second time if you want for extra like brightness in your face. I don't know, every time I bake twice, I just feel like picture wise, everything, I just feel good, I look good. So lastly, I'm going to use my glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills and use Summer, if you could guess, and just use my fan brush and put it on my cheekbones, and I'll put a lot. And then I'll dip my finger in and dot my nose. Dot, 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 dot. I like it really shiny, and then I'll put the excess really lightly, really lightly. And this is the finished look. My face is literally seamless. I always get compliments on it, so I hope this video was helpful for you friends. And if I left anything out, because I probably did, just comment down below and I will answer any questions. I'm still new to explaining everything, so sorry if this was rough, but I love y'all. Bye friends.